Hello, welcome to another YouTube video. So, the 100 book project, yes, I have not been keeping up with it, but there has been a reason for this. Because when I made my last video, I had said the next books I was gonna read were Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and To Kill a Mockingbird. Well, then I remembered that for Christmas I got this very, very large book, and I decided to read that before I moved on with Mockingbird and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That was a silly idea, because that book has taken me, or two books should I say, has taken me from February till now, May, to finish, and it was the bane of my existence. But y'all, some of you, most of you are probably familiar, is this, the Illiad and the Odyssey. I read both, and dear Lord, I have read some of this before, but I've never committed to reading the whole thing before, and now I have, and it is the clunkiest, thickest writing I have ever read in my life. And if any of you have read this, both of these, I hope you feel my pain. But yes, so these books are very important to the world of literature, but are very difficult to read. Basically, you know, in both, if the gods would have just left the mortals alone, would have been great. But I did want to share with you guys, since this has taken me so long, my two favorite quotes from both, from the Iliad and then from the Odyssey. So, from the Iliad, which was different than I was expecting, and is so vivid in some scenes. Like, a lot of the battle scenes are very vivid, lots of guts being pulled out and brains exploding, and then other parts it just kind of dragged on and on and on. So as the Iliad, I was like, I loved the battle scenes and kind of hated the middle part where there was a lot of talking. But my favorite line, or whatever, from the Iliad was about halfway through, or actually more towards the beginning, when Phoenix was talking to Achilles. And this is my favorite part. If you know where it is in the book, then you are amazing. But this is it. Here we go. For prayers are as daughters to great Zeus, halt, wrinkled, with eyes aghast. They follow in the footsteps of sins, who being fierce and fleet of foot, leave them far behind him, and ever baneful to mankind, outstrips them even to the ends of the world. But nevertheless the prayers come hobbling and healing after. I just love that. I love the imagery that makes of, like, prayers chasing sins and Zeus being like, oh, you're annoying. But that was my favorite line. It was also just a really powerful scene with Phoenix kind of pleading to Achilles to stop being an idiot and to fight for his glory and his honor. So that is my favorite part from the Iliad. Also, the Iliad ends very anticlimactically. It's just kind of like, and then we stopped. But my favorite line from the Odyssey now, because I know you're all dying to know what it is, was, I don't know how to say his name, Odysseus, was insulting someone, as he does a lot in the Odyssey, and he said, "You are insolent and cruel, and think yourself a great man because you live in a little world." That is a really good insult, in my opinion. And it was just like, boom! Don't mess with me because you're little, and you don't think you're good because you live in a little world. So I really loved that line. But my follow-up second line, which it was hilarious to me, was right at the beginning of the Odyssey, when he is communicating his horrible tale of woe and pain, and Menelaus, I think he's talking to Menelaus, said, "I am not fond of crying while getting my supper." Yes. And let's be honest, who is fond of crying while getting their supper? No one. But that just made me laugh when I read that in the middle of something very serious. Like, I'm not fond of crying during my supper. You should read it, because it is a challenge, and it is, a very important piece of literature. Both of them are. But, be prepared for the long haul with these. So, that is why I'm behind on my 100 books project. I'm also leaving for Prague in 3 days, which is very exciting. But I will be getting back on track, hopefully. I don't know how much I'm going to read in Prague. I also read a ton of books for class, which I'll be posting about on my blog, which is gracehatton.wordpress.com. If you have read the Iliad, or the Odyssey, or both, and feel my pain, let me know. Or if you love them and you're like, this is the best piece of literature ever, also let me know, because I would be curious about that. But thank you very much for watching, as always. The next books are still To Kill a Mockingbird and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I'm also going to be reading The Unbearable Lightness of Being, which is based in Prague. So exciting! My next video, I will be in Prague. What? I'm very excited to be in Prague. I'm excited to be in Europe again, and you will probably see some fun diary-esque videos as I did in London. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you all again soon. Keep reading. Be better than me. Okay, bye.
There's so much on my mind lately, I can't make out my